Hey everyone. This week, I'm in Salt Lake City sharing some thoughts on the investment market with 1,200 investors at the Best Ever Conference. I'll actually be on stage 3 times this week covering a diverse range of topics. But I think the presentation on Friday will be particularly interesting. That presentation is on the 5 trends shaping the future of commercial real estate over the next 5 years. And today I'm going to share a sliver of that presentation that I think is particularly compelling. One of the 5 trends shaping real estate, of course, is demographics. And at the conference, I'll talk about the different age cohorts, including millennials. But for this video, I want to focus on the baby boomers. Consider this, about 11,000 baby boomers will retire each day this year. Generally, when we think about retirement, we consider topics like savings and assets, investments, where people will live in their retirement years, and how this population will shape commercial real estate demand. And those are all really important factors I'll address, but first, think about this. As 11,000 baby boomers retire each day, what unique information will they carry out the door with them? What unique skills do they have, and how will they be replaced? What role do baby boomers play in our businesses today, and how will their retirement influence the overall economy? Consider this, the employment of people over the age of 55, the closest proxy for baby boomers available from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, over-index in career fields like agriculture, financial services, manufacturing, education, and health services. They also play a big role in trade careers like construction, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, and so on. In a recent conversation I had with a group of developers, they were lamenting the potential loss of several key construction personnel who plan to retire in the next couple years. The leaders of these construction firms have become very reliant on a core group of very experienced tradespeople. And in general, the US doesn't have a deep bench of workers with these very important skills. The brain drain caused by retirement over the next 5 years will likely be substantial. The 71.6 million baby boomers are currently aged between 60 and 78 years old. The average retirement age in the US is 64. So as this generation leaves the workforce over the next 5 years, many companies will be forced to adapt. Now, shifting gears to the real estate side of the equation, consider this. As people age, they use more medical services. In the US, people between 18 and 44 years old visit the doctor 1.7 times per year on average. But between the ages of 65 and 74, the number of doctor visits climbs all the way to 4.9 per year. And people over 75, on average, visit the doctor 6.4 times per year. Think about this for a minute. Over the next 5 years, an estimated 15.5 million people will turn 75 in the US, and the total population aged between 65 and 75 will grow by 6 million. That's a lot more doctor visits, which suggests the need for medical office space is going to increase significantly over the next 5 years. Even with the increased adoption of telemedicine, the huge lift in the demand for medical services should drive dramatic medical office space absorption. Currently, the national medical office vacancy rate is 9.5%, which is a bit high. But as the baby boom generation ages, the demand for this space should increase substantively. And the pace of development has been relatively slow in recent years, with inventory growing by less than 1% per year. In a similar vein, the dramatic rise in the number of people aged 75 and older will bolster the need for senior living options, especially assisted living. The average occupancy rate of assisted living facilities in the US is 84%, and that figure has increased for 9 quarters straight. It's nearly back to where it was before the pandemic. At the same time, the pace of assisted living development has slowed recently, likely reflecting elevated construction costs as well as the significant labor shortage in the medical services sector. Healthcare represents over half of the current labor shortage in the US. So, As investors think forward and craft their strategies for the next 5 years, one of the trends they should be thinking about is how the aging baby boomer population will affect not only the performance of properties like medical office and seniors housing, but also how it will indirectly affect other sectors through brain drain and labor force shrinkage. Which is why we, as investors, need to consider the wide array of forces that will shape commercial real estate over the next 5 years. And keep our eyes on the horizon.